We're back from Happiness Farms Caladiums in Lake Placid, Florida, to show you how we plant our 200-acre crop of caladium bulbs each spring. If you missed our first video in this series, I encourage you to search Caladium bulbs, preparing the bulbs to plant the crop, on YouTube or on our Facebook page to see the steps we take to prepare the bulbs before we start this planting process. We grow our caladium bulbs on rich, beautiful lake bottom muck on the shores of Lake Istapoga. In some places on our farm, this muck is 30 feet deep. After heavy rains, the muck soil is so wet we aren't able to drive our trucks and tractors into the fields because they're surely to get severely stuck. When it's dry, this soil turns into a powdery dust. Here you can see dust clouds and dirt devils blowing across the fields. We have lots of wildlife in our fields and often find ourselves being supervised by alligators, snakes, eagles, hawks, and other birds. To begin the planting process, the cut seed bulbs are taken in trays out to the fields and loaded into the planter. The dust you see coming off of the bulbs is pecan flour, which is crushed up shells of pecans that we use to keep the seed pieces from sticking together. Here you can see there are 6 different green funnels. The bulb pieces are fed into the funnels, where they're picked up by the teeth on the chains and transported to the ground where the planter blades direct them into the soil. The roller on the back of the planter will cover the planted bulbs. We'll wait for just a second while they finish loading the hopper so that they can plant 2 more beds. The planter's lowered to the ground and put into gear. The men on the back of the planter are making sure that the seed pieces fill into the 6 funnels so that they're picked up by the chains. Once the bulbs are planted, they're covered with the roller on the back. And here we see the freshly planted bed. While we're planting in one area, we're also disking in the next area that we'll be planting. This helps to raise the moisture to the top of the soil. We keep a truck loaded with seed bulbs at the end of the row so that we can refill the planter hopper when it returns each time. Our fields are 1/2 mile long. The tractor plants a bed all the way down and turns around, planting another 1/2 mile on the way back. Each bed has 6 rows of caladiums. So each hopper full of seed allows us to plant a full mile of 6 rows before it's refilled. The equipment that we use, the planter, the digger, the cutter, the washer, the cooker, are all designed and built by us to meet our specific needs. There are no companies that manufacture this equipment for us to purchase. We'll catch the tractor when he comes back down the row in just a minute. The tank on the front holds fungicide and fertilizer that'll go into the ground with the seed pieces. We're going to load up and ride the back for a minute. Okay, so now we're at the bottom of the hopper because we're at the end of a row, and we can watch the pieces of bulbs going into the chains to be planted. The guys that ride the planter make sure that each of the chain teeth carry bulb pieces so that we don't have skips in the planting. We plant them very thick because not all of the bulb pieces will grow. We're getting as dusty as these guys. That's why they wear all of the clothes and goggles, to keep the dust off of them and out of their eyes. At least it's not a windy day. If it was, we would be covered with muck dust also. And here we are at the end of a row. From here, they'll refill the hopper to plant 2 more rows. We only plant one variety at a time, with some having many beds and other varieties only having 1 or 2. Between each variety, we clean the equipment to remove any leftover pieces that may be remaining in the machine. With summer rains, the rows of bulbs will soon start to be visible, with spikes starting to emerge from the soil. All summer long, the main focus of our labor is removing weeds from the fields. This is a very important task that is done by hand 5 to 6 days a week. After growing all summer long, we'll be able to start harvesting the crop in the late fall. At that point, the bulbs will have grown in sizes ranging from a 1/2 inch to 5 inches or more in diameter. Caladium bulbs can be ordered from November through July and planted all summer long. Visit our website at www.happinessfarmscaladiums.com for more information, to read our blogs, or to place an order. We're also happy to help over the phone at 866-892-0396. If you've enjoyed our video, we hope you'll share it.